few days ago, there is a post that was posted on Reddit about titled as What is the root of lack of social skills? And there's a lot of engagement in that particular post, and most of the comments had a similar kind of pattern that nearly all of them said a similar problem, that is, they were told to be shut up as their child by their parents, by their teachers, by their staffs in the university or in their workplace, or even by their friends in the friends group. They all being as a talkative child in their childhood, but being in the time of development, they ended up being told to shut up, and they actually did. And we all have been there. In our schools, especially, there will be like, you shouldn't supposed to talk with other people at all. And the quiet kids are being much more encouraged to be much more quieter, since us from your childhood, we all been developed this kind of attitude, like being quiet equals being a good person, and that is exactly what we've been trying to practice, and we end up becoming a quiet kid, and now we all seem as a weird one in the group conversations, since we are always being as quiet, and we just ignore whatever the other person says. Since we are conditioned to be like that, we can't naturally able to communicate and connect with other peoples. So now we are end up in a situation that we are searching on YouTube, like how to talk with other people. I know that you also been in this exact same situation like this. And what is the mistake that I did and also you did? I also been in that situation. During my mid-school days, I was the most talkative kid at my class. I'll be making a lot of funny jokes and humorful jokes. I'm the best at it, and nearly everyone is laughing with me, even the teacher, nearly each and every person. And what happens one day is, we are just making fun with each others in the class. And when the principal came around, my teacher, my class teacher, who will be mostly laughing with me, betrayed me and just told to the principal that I was talking a lot in the class. And she came and just gave a slap on my face. And it hurt. She told me, "You need to stay quiet or just get out of this school. We're being here. You are not supposed to talk." She is like an old lady and vegetarian, vegan old lady. You can clearly grasp the stereotype. She's exactly like the stereotypical psychopathic woman. I still guess she should be dead right now, but she isn't. She's alive, and she is still the principal of this damn fucking school. And what is the problem? What is the mistake you and I did was, we obeyed what the other person told us. After the moment the principal told me to stay quiet, I actually stay quiet. I didn't talk to other people at all, and it developed much more worse when I was studying high school days. During my high school days, I wasn't able to talk with other people fluently, and I doesn't even talk at all. I doesn't even connect with other people at all. And everyone in my class taught me like that I'm a weird kid to not go and talk to other people at all. Even the teachers will be like, "Oh, why you are always so quiet? Why you doesn't speak to other people like that?" And they told me to quiet. And when I was being quiet, they were asking me like, "Why are you being quiet?" You grasp that point? That is where our mistakes lie. We betrayed our own frame for what the other person's, whatever the thing that is happening around us. When we are being as a talkative child in our childhood or even in the middle school days, at those times, I had a frame that I am the person that I goes out and talks with humor, who's and talkative person. But when the other person breaks the belief, and I thought that was a good character to have, and it is actually. And but when the principal slapped the shit out of me, I just changed my beliefs, and I thought being quieter is much more better than being a talkative child in the class. And it is also true in that situation. But when I changed my beliefs cause for an external event. I betrayed my own frame, my own set of beliefs, and I broke them for some other beliefs that doesn't even support me anymore in my life. So what I'm telling you to do is don't ever lose your own frame. Losing your own frame is the much worst thing that you can ever do as a man. And you know those kids from the school, those kind of kids, they'll be always described or mentioned as a bad kids. So, cause they doesn't even obey what the teacher says to do. Like the teacher says to do the write the homework, they doesn't write the homework. They tell them to stay quiet, but they doesn't stay quiet. They just yapping. I don't like yappers too, but they're just talking with a friend or doing whatever the things. What I'm telling you to do is, my myself. What I'm telling is, you don't have to obey whatever the authority figure tells you to do. You know what is good for you. If you know what is good for you, you just need to do it. You don't have to follow and obey whatever the things an authority figure tells you to do. If you're just being an obedient child like that, you'll be much more repressed and depressed little fragile adult. You'll be much more weaker in the sense of philosophical or emotional or physiological too, maybe. You'll be a damn weak child. You also always wanted to be like those kids who doesn't obey their teacher's words. Deep inside you want to be like them. You want to be like that much of confidence. You want to be like them. You always know that girls are much more attracted to those kind of boys, even though they say like, no, I don't like them like that. But deep down, you know, they were attracted to them. You always wanted to be like them, but you never take any action. Because you doesn't know what actions you are supposed to do. Because all of the authority figures tells you to be a much more obedient little good boy. But if you just follow those things, you will not get whatever the things that you wanted. You just need to live for yourself hereafter. You should never betray your own frame for other people's. You should never betray your own frame. If you have a set of beliefs, have a complete conviction in your beliefs. That is an important piece of knowledge that I can share it to you. And another thing is, you don't have to make any kind of argument with the authority figure. With the authority figure or any kind of feminine person. You should never have an argument. If it is for fun with a feminine person, let's say, fine. But for an authority figure, you should never make an argument since you are powerless compared to them. They are one step above power than you. They can be your parents, they can be your teachers, your principal, or some manager or someone who's above you. You shouldn't make any kind of argument with them. What you need to do is lie in their face. It is exactly. Maybe it is for, okay, let's take the school example. The teacher says you to be stay quiet, and you will be like, okay, yes ma'am, and you just do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. I'm giving you the permission to do whatever you wanted to do. The thing is, just don't lose your frame and don't ever engage in an argument. Engaging in an argument is what actually represents is you are doubting your own frame to others. If the other people sense that you're too much convicted in your own frame, they don't even try to break it. But even if they sense a little bit of frustration on you cause you feel like your frame is a bit more breaking out, it signals them and they'll be like with much more force they try to break your frame at all. So you need to be stay calm and try not to react a lot and just say just lie in their face. That is the best advice that I can give to you. And for if you want much more about you want to learn much more about the frame controls, there's a link in the description for my course that I talk about how you can actually normally be around people instead of being an awkward, feel rejected or feeling unconfident around people. And if you want much more about frame control alone, I will make a separate course on that in the future. But now I am making much more YouTube videos on that. You can watch that in from my YouTube videos. And that's it. Goodbye.